Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another Premiere Pro tutorial. This tutorial is basically part of the full Premiere Pro 2021 Beginners to Advanced Level course. In the previous section of this course, we went through the basic stuff like the interface, how to import and organize our media, play with workspaces and preferences. So let's now start to get into the actual stuff, which is the editing, which is what you all want to do. So the first thing that we are going to do is obviously we are going to create a new project, and you guys all know how to do that. So what I'm going to do next is we need to import some media into our project. So now there are, as you all know, there are a lot of different ways how you can do that, but I am going to double click in my project panel, and now I'm going to select these files. I'm also going to select some audio files, and now I'm going to click on the import. So now that you can see that Premiere has successfully imported these media files into my project. So what I'm going to do next is I will be building my first sequence. So now, like all the other things in Premiere, there are, number of different ways how you can build a sequence. You can either go into your file, and then you can go into new, and then you can go into sequence. So that's one way of getting a sequence on your timeline. You can also come to your project panel, you know, where you are looking at this new item. So you can click here and you can see the sequence. So you can do that as well. You can also go on one of these clips which are in your project panel, and you can right click on these clips, and then you can select this option that says new sequence from clip, and that is going to create a sequence on your timeline. What I tend to do most of the times, the way I find it really easy is just by lifting my clip on my project panel and then dropping that onto my timeline, and that is going to create a new sequence like this. So now that we've built our first sequence, you may have noticed one thing on the project panel, and that is that you've got two files, but you've got the same name for both those files. Now, one of those files is the file that you actually used to create the sequence, and the other file is basically your sequence. And you can spot that just by looking at the icon itself. So this icon actually represents your sequence. Now, just not to get yourself confused with this, what you can do is you can rename your sequence. I'm going to do the same here. So I will rename my sequence to Editing Basics. And now I know that this is my sequence, and that is the media that I have on my project panel. Cool. So we've got our sequence here, and now we can start adding more clips to it. So I'm going to drag and drop this media file again, this video clip, to my existing sequence. And now I'm going to pick this audio file as well. I'm going to drop this on the audio track. So this is how you're going to create your sequence. That's how you're going to add tracks to your sequence as well. So that is pretty straightforward. And to be honest with you, it is as easy as it looks. So, there's no rocket science behind this. And once you've done it like 2 or 3 times, you will get really used to it. So in the next video, what we are going to look at is we will look at the timeline itself, just to get a better understanding of how timeline actually works. So till then, you take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon.